Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Pruitt Field here on the campus of Ohio University. We are set for action here between Ohio State and the Ohio Bobcats, as it is Rufus Recycling Day here at Pruitt Field. The teams have taken the field. Good afternoon again. I'm Charlie James, joined here by Harrison Warren, and we are set for action here between the Buckeyes of the Big Ten and the Bobcats of the Mid-American Conference. Go over the starting lineups here for Ohio. It'll be Noah DeMarais starting the sophomore at forward. Bodie Littlefield, Mila Kopp, and Marla Call through the midfield. At forward, Caitlin Whittle is having a stellar season so far. Michael Lichtenberg, who is leading the team in goals this year, will be in the midfield as well. Sasha Dakotla. Anouk Pleen will be on defense for the Bobcats, along with Emily Rizzer and Wesley Littlefield, the older sister of Bodie Littlefield. And in net, Neelay Grainer, who's been such a big presence for the Bobcats so far. Bobcats, of course, coming off of 4 straight losses, recently falling to Michigan State and Ball State over this past weekend. Trying to get off the schneid, as we talked to Coach Louisa Bodie yesterday, and she said that they just have to be confident, have to keep playing their game, and trust that they're going to get better as long as the season goes along. Harrison, what can we expect out of the Buckeyes here today?
Well, for the Buckeyes today, we have number 1, Leanne Bow, number 3, Claudia Thomas, number 4, Zayla Bailey, number 8, Emma Goldine, number 9, Delaney Lawyer, number 18, Hallie Brost, number 24, Grace Kim, number 25, Sarah Charlie, number 28, McKenna Webster, number 32, Katie Fitchner, and then to round it all off, number 75, Abby Danson.
The Buckeyes come in off of a huge win over Central Michigan. They won 7-1 in that one against a fellow MAC opponent that Ohio fell to earlier this season. Ohio, that 3-0 perfect home record that we talked about against Kent State, has now fallen to a subpar 3-2, but they're looking to keep it going here and get their mojo back as we head into this one. It's the Bobcats and the Buckeyes. You're watching Ohio Field Hockey on Ohio Bobcat TV. Welcome back to Pruitt Field here at Ohio University as we get set for a battle between the Buckeyes and the Bobcats. Chilly day here today. The wind is blowing. Fall is beginning. You can see the trees are beginning to turn, and we are set for some field hockey here. A little bit more about the Buckeyes here. They are not a team that's definitely prone to ups and downs here. Started off the year with 3 straight shutout wins. 4-0 over Northeastern. Albany, they ended up taking that one 3-0, and over Lehigh 4-0. But then they also followed it up with 5 straight losses in the back half of September. So definitely a team that's prone to up and downs, but they are definitely riding a big wave of momentum coming into this one with a massive 7-1 win over Central Michigan. Bobcats, of course, suffering a little bit as of late. Some things just haven't gone their way. We talked to Coach Bodie yesterday, like I said earlier. She said that, they're playing well. They're outplaying most teams in some respects, but just not getting the decisions that they need, not getting the goals at the big times. Just a few small things here and there that are really kind of holding these Bobcats back from performing at their top level, which they are definitely capable of doing, as we saw against Kent State over last weekend. A team that's very good in the MAC, a team that we haven't beaten since 2013, but definitely putting up a very good performance there. And the Bobcats look to bounce back here against a very talented Ohio State team that can score in bunches. We're going to get set to play here. The Bobcats in their home black uniforms with white numbers, and the Buckeyes with their traveling whites and red uniforms. Excuse me, I should call it scarlet, I guess. They're very specific about that up in Columbus. We get set to play. In net will be Nile Grainer. Like we said against Kent State, going back to that game, facing, I believe it was 8 penalty corners in the fourth quarter alone and stopping all but one. Definitely keeping the Bobcats in it. And we talked about it over this entire season so far. The confidence that gives the team to be able to have a strong presence in net is fantastic for the confidence of your team, especially when you're down in a close game like that have been so many times over this 4-game skid.
I really can't wait to see how these two teams match up with each other. For the Bobcats, 4-game skid, not good. And then Ohio State getting a huge win over Central Michigan. So this will really test, the mental fortitude of the Bobcats, see if they can stop this 4-game skid, even when their opponents have an advantage. Because they've won a game, and Ohio hasn't won a game in a while.
It'll be Kalen Whittles get things going for the Bobcats. You shoot it over the midfield line and into Ohio State territory. Ohio State definitely playing, challenging themselves with their schedule. A lot of ranked teams win their schedule. We got 6 teams on their schedule that are in the top 25 ranked nationally according to NCAA.com. And Penn State and Maryland, of course, in the top 10 as Ohio, putting some pressure on Ohio State through the midfield. But Ohio State is on the run to the midfield and in all alone on Grainer, but that ball, she will let it roll into the net, not coming from inside the attack circle. That was number 25. That was Sarah Charlie. That was breaking in all alone behind the Bobcat defense, and Ohio will restart things. Mila Kopp now with the ball will send it across the midfield line. Touched there by Ohio State. Sasha Dakota with the ball. Sasha Dakota definitely one of the better passers, making very heads-up plays here for the Bobcats so far this season. Through the midfield goes Ohio State, and they will keep things going here. That's number 1 over here on the near side. In the attack circle, a shot kicked away by Grainer. That was Claudia Thomas with the shot there, the sophomore midfielder. Ball will roll out of play, and Ohio State will keep possession. Very easy save there for Grainer. Kicked out there with right pad. This is Thomas here on the near side, trying to get it to Leanne Bow, and the whistle will blow, and it appears that Ohio State will keep possession. That's one thing the Bobcats really need to focus on, is if they can keep this high-powered Buckeye attack at bay, at least for the first quarter. Definitely a big confidence builder as we go through this game. Leanne Bow will get the free hit for the Buckeyes. Play it back. Ohio State really seems to be taking their time looking for a shot that they want. Unable to get the ball into the attack circle. As I say that, there it is. And that will be cleared by Kopp out of play. Ohio State will hang on to the ball.
I'd like to see the Bobcats try to get some offense going. This game we're pretty early into the game, but so far they've just been on their side of the field. So hopefully they can try push the ball down and try to get some scores on Ohio State.
In the attack circle goes Ohio State. Ball will go out of play back to the Buckeyes. Leanne Bell will restart things for Ohio State. And we'll play it back. onto, or closer to the midfield line, excuse me, over the far side now with Ohio State. Really crisp passing from the Buckeyes. And into the attack circle goes Ohio State. 25, she shoots, and that one is off the side of the net. That was a shot from Sarah Charlie, excuse me. Sarah Charlie definitely having a very good beginning to this season. 10 games played so far, 4 goals and 8 total points. She tallies another shot on goal there. Ball will go out of play. It will stay with Ohio. Sarah Charlie already getting 2 very high opportunity scoring chances. Unable to put it in the back of the net. Grainer's been standing tall so far for the Buckeyes. Or excuse me, for the Bobcats. We get back to action here. Ohio State working into the attack circle. Mila Kopp playing some great defense there. Deflects a pass from Ohio State. Still into the attack circle. What a save there by Grainer. She goes down, kicks it out with right leg. And Grainer coming up big for Ohio. The prime scoring opportunity. And that was number 28, McKenna Webster for Ohio State. Grainer definitely liked to see that early in this game as she went down and got it with her right leg to keep this game knotted up at 0 as we approach 11 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Ohio State has controlled possession so far throughout this first quarter. Ohio University, that is, really struggling to gain any kind of possession as into the attack circle again goes the Buckeyes. And the whistle will be blown, and it looks like we're going to have a penalty corner for Ohio State. Ohio, definitely no strangers to defending penalty corners. They work on it all the time in practice, but definitely want to tone down the penalty corners a little bit. As like I said, against Kent State, 8 alone in the fourth quarter really put some stress on Grainer. As we hear some OHIO's chants coming from the crowd here at Pruitt Field. Buckeyes fans definitely out in force for this matchup here between the Buckeyes and the Bobcats. Penalty corner coming for Ohio State. As we see, that's number 3, Claudia Thomas over there. We'll get things restarted for the Buckeyes. Ohio definitely looking to fend off this penalty corner and get another big save here from Grainer. Definitely building some confidence here earlier in this game as we have 11:10 remaining on the clock. And Claudia Thomas will restart things for Ohio State. Shot, and that one's blocked down in front there by Caitlin Whittle. Ball's still loose, and shot again, and it will go in. It's Sarah Charlie, once again, with her 5th goal of the year, beats Grainer on the penalty corner. The ball was deflected in front there by Caitlin Whittle, and it found its way into the back of the net, and the Buckeyes take a 1-0 lead.
Definitely not what the Bobcats wanted. Very early in this game, and Ohio State has already scored, and it looks like they're dominating, on the offensive side. So let's see if they can get some offense cooking.
Caitlin Whittle looking to press things forward through the midfield, looking for Michael Lichtenberg, unable to find her. And Ohio seems perfectly content to just pass the ball around a little bit, get the feeling of possession, and then get something going here as Mila Kopp passes it over to the far side along the Ohio sideline and into the midfield. That's Day Murray through the midfield, unable to get past her defender as Kopp shoots it across midfield and out of play as it tipped off the stick of an Ohio player. Ohio State will get possession. Ohio State definitely looking better and more crisp with their passes. Mila Kopp looking for that home run pass as she often does, unable to find another Bobcat. Turnover by Ohio State in the midfield, and they will get it right back. And as the whistle will blow, Ohio will have a free hit. Definitely looking to get a little bit more calm, a little bit more possession for Ohio. Get things going here, settled into their game. Like Coach Bodie was saying, they just need to play their game. They're definitely capable of doing it. They just need to. As we got a little bit of a yard sale going on here. That was Sarah Charlie dropping her stick. Ball goes out of play, and Ohio will keep possession. This is Emily Risser. We get things going for the Bobcats. Emily Risser didn't start the first few games for Ohio, but has definitely grown into a starting role here. As injuries and as the season progresses, definitely a lot of development out of her. As the ball goes out of play, Ohio State will have things close to their own net on the far sideline. And that one will go out of play. And it was off an Ohio State player. Ohio will keep possession. And that's Caitlin Whittle there on the far side. She is forced out of bounds, and the ball will stay with Ohio. And let's see what Ohio tries to do here. Will they get aggressive, or will they be content just keeping the ball in the back by the midfield line and just seeing what they can do? as the whistle will blow and the Buckeyes will have possession. That was Mila Kopp that was unable to fend off her defender, and Ohio State will restart things.
Very unfortunate for the Bobcats. It seems like every time they try to create some offense, it just gets stopped. And now you see that happening in Ohio State once again with possession.
Ohio State passing the ball back around in their backfield. And on the far sideline, that's Sasha Dakota playing defense, forcing Ohio State to give it up. Very tough defense through the midfield, I'm noticing here from the Bobcats. As there's a turnover, this is Noah Desmarais on the run into the attack circle. She goes. Ball's touched there. Desmarais still has it on her stick. Goes through the legs of a defender. It's smacked by Caitlin Whittle, and the ball will go out of play. And we have an Ohio Bobcat penalty corner. Buckeyes, of course, cashing in on their first penalty corner of the game. And Ohio gets one of their own with 8 minutes here remaining in the first quarter. Your score, Buckeyes 1 and Bobcats 0. We'll see if they can tie it up with this penalty corner coming up. Wind's definitely blowing this morning. It's been very chilly up here in the press box, but we are battling through just like the players on the field are battling each other. And there will be Noah Desmarais here with Whittle, and it's Lichtenberg out there too for Ohio. Definitely looking to see what they can do here with this penalty corner as Desmarais sets things up. She sends it into the attack circle. Mila Kopp with the ball shoots, and it will go over the Ohio State net and out of play. So definitely not converting. Maybe not be the shot that they wanted. Ohio State did a good job of keeping traffic in front of the net. Unable to put that one in the back of the net was Mila Kopp. And on the far side, that's Bodie Littlefield into the attack circle, still with the ball on her stick. And the whistle will blow, and looks like we have another penalty corner. Ohio, back-to-back penalty corners, definitely getting something cooking here for the Bobcats.
Well, they really need to cash in on this, just so they can keep pace with this Ohio State team. They can't go too long without scoring. That'll really put them in a really bad position for the rest of the game.
Back-to-back penalty corners. A little strange here for Ohio. Not used to taking them on penalty corners, used to defending a lot of penalty corners. But we will see what they can do here as Noah Desmarais will start things for Ohio. Different setup here for Ohio. It looks like Caitlin Whittle was on the near sideline. Now she happens to line up in the middle, and we'll see what happens here as Desmarais will fire it back into the attack circle. The Buckeyes come out. Shot passed over here to Mila Kopp, and it's off a Buckeye. Back into the attack circle goes Ohio, and the ball will roll just past the goal of Ohio State and out of play. So Ohio definitely getting some things going. That ball ricocheted around in the attack circle for a little bit, bounced off some Buckeyes, bounced off some Bobcats, and it looks like Ohio will retain possession. And that was Addie Danson in goal, the junior. Having a great game so far, having a great season so far. And she's definitely been a brick wall back there for the Buckeyes, keeping them in several games and being able to put games away for the Buckeyes. That's very important, especially like that game we saw against Central Michigan. Up 7-1. She provided some very stout defense and really gave the Ohio State Buckeyes some confidence going into that game as the whistle will blow and Ohio State will keep possession. And just as I said that, it rolls out of play, and Ohio will take over. This is Emily Risser. It's going to get things restarted for Ohio State as Desmarais and Sasha Dakota will head off the field. And that ball lofted into the Ohio State side. That is Caitlin Whittle here on the near sideline, battling, and a whistle will blow. Ohio will keep possession. Good transition field hockey there from the Bobcats as this is Risser now on the near sideline. Some solid pressure being applied by Ohio State. This ball is entered into the attack circle by Ohio. And nothing doing there for the Bobcats so far as a battle for the ball ensues. And Risser comes up with a loose ball. Turns it right over to the Buckeyes. And they are on the run. As we see through the midfield goes Ohio State. They're definitely running, looking a little bit faster, looking a little bit more I'm not going to say well-conditioned, but definitely looking a little quicker than the Bobcats so far in this game as we approach 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. Ohio State makes some substitutions here, and definitely looking more confident with the ball and with possession is Ohio State, as this is Lucy Davis playing defense here on Ohio State's number 16. That's Erin Little, excuse me. And in the attack circle goes Ohio State. The ball will drift almost out of play, but saved there. Actually, excuse me, the ball will drift out of play. Thought it was saved, but ended up not being protected there by that Buckeye, and it'll be Mila Kopp that'll restart things for the Buckeyes. Or excuse me, for the Bobcats. Lofted over the midfield line and played there by Ohio State as they're on the run. They have numbers coming back on the Buckeyes. In the attack circle, they try to go. Some good defense there by Ohio's Mila Kopp and Bodie Littlefield. Whistle blows, and Ohio staves off that Buckeye transition real quick. Mila Kopp unable to get some mustard on that one, and it's turned over into the attack circle. This is Sarah Charlie. She has the first goal. What a save there by Granter. Good poke check there as she's down, and the ball will drift wide. That was Leanne Bow with a shot there on the rebound. Great poke check from Grainer as she went down. Sarah Charlie was looking for a backdoor tap in and unable to find it. Grainer, a huge save there for Ohio. You got to wonder if they fall down 2-0, the confidence really starts to be rattled here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, that's definitely right. But when you have a goalkeeper like Grainer, you know, those are things that you truly don't have to worry about. Coming into this game, she has a 72% save rate. So, you know, she's just a goalkeeper that's going to keep that ball in front of her. Absolute brick wall.
And the Bobcats will turn that one over as that was Mila Kopp through the midfield looking for Lucy Davis. Unable to. The ball is poked away there by Day-Marie, and through the midfield goes Caitlin Little along with Lucy Davis trying to pass it between her legs, it looks like, but some good defense there from the Buckeyes. That was Leanne Bow keeping it away from Lucy Davis through the midfield. Whistle will blow, and it looks like Ohio State will have possession, and Bodie Littlefield will get things re-going for the Bobcats. Definitely a little bit more possession here for Ohio. Getting a little bit more comfortable with the ball, as this is Mila Kopp back by the midfield line, plays it off to Bodie Littlefield, or excuse me, that's not Bodie Littlefield, Marla Call, excuse me. And as it gets into the attack circle, shot will go wide by Ohio, and Ohio State will take things over. And Ohio State will make some more substitutions as we wind things down here in the first quarter. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here. And Ohio State retains a 1-goal lead despite some good opportunities off of penalty corners for Ohio. As there's another turnover through the middle or through the midfield. Ohio's on the run. Noah Day-Marie looking for Lucy Davis. That pass is picked off by an Ohio State defense. And over here on the near sideline, Sarah Charlie here. That's through the midfield she goes. Looking for that attack circle. They have numbers going the other way. A little 3-on-2 action here. And Grainer comes out and kicks it away. Good stop there by Grainer. And Ohio State keeps possession. Tipped there. That was Leanne Bow trying to get a stick on it. And Ohio would clear it out of play.
Just a lot of misfortune for the Bobcats. They've been getting down all the way to where everybody thinks they're going to score, but then they don't. And missing opportunities like that against this team is just not going to cut it.
Mila Kopp to get things restarted for the Buckeyes. Of course, Grainer coming out of her net to make a big kick save there and kick it out of play as the ball will roll towards the Buckeye sideline and out of play where Ohio State will get things restarted. Ohio State now with the ball back across the midfield line into their territory. And on the far sideline, the Bobcats seem to be quite content with just letting Ohio State have the ball. As long as they're not in dangerous territory, they don't seem to have a problem with it. As Noah Day-Marie intercepts that pass and tries to go between the legs of the Buckeye, but the whistle will blow, and Mila Kopp will once again resume her duties of getting things restarted for Ohio. Mila Kopp to send that one. Floats it across the midfield line where it's intercepted by the Buckeyes, but rolls onto the stick. That was Lucy Davis, excuse me. And all along the near sideline is a clever play there by Anouk Pleen. And out of Hanover, Germany, the freshman has been definitely a steadfast force through the midfield for Ohio this season, providing very key passes in transition and able to get the Bobcats going here. But the whistle will blow, and Ohio is running with numbers. Into the attack circle they go. That shot is deflected there. Bodie Littlefield will keep the ball, and nice spin move there by Littlefield to keep the ball away from some Buckeyes, but the whistle will blow. And once again, we see Mila Kopp with the ball.
Bobcats actually doing a pretty good job on defense, you know, not converting too well on offense, but with the defense, they've given up only one goal, and since then they've kind of been airtight on the Buckeyes.
That was Noah DeMarais there in the midfield intercepting that pass, but the ball is intercepted and the horn will blow. End of the first quarter here at Pruitt Field in Ohio. Ohio State cashing in on a penalty corner on a deflected ball. Gets past Grainer. It's Ohio State 1, Ohio nothing. You're watching Ohio University field hockey on Ohio Bobcat TV. Welcome back to Pruitt Field here at Ohio University. We are one quarter down here as the Buckeyes battle the Bobcats here on a chilly fall afternoon. Excuse me. Ohio State, of course, taking a 1-0 lead rather early in that one as a penalty corner beat Grainer, and the Bobcats have been unable to mount anything really offensively, but defensively doing a solid job in the attack circle, not letting Ohio State get what they want. As Sarah Charlie has definitely been able to give the Bobcats problems inside the penalty circle. Ohio getting 2 penalty corners back-to-back pretty much in that first quarter. Unable to cash in on either of them, but definitely giving the Buckeyes something to think about as they tally 0 shots there in that first quarter. Ohio State with 3 shots on goal in the first quarter. As teams retake the field, we are set for the second quarter of action here at Pruitt Field. It looks like it'll be Caitlin Whittle again for Ohio. As we see the scores table getting a little bit of wind over there, blowing the tent away. And it will be Whittle to get things re-going here for Ohio. And the whistle will blow, and the second quarter is underway as she lofts it into Ohio State territory. And that's Sasha DeCola there, providing some pressure. Definitely want to see if the Bobcats will be less content with letting Ohio kind of play keep away for a little bit, if they will put more pressure on them for the midfield and try to break up some of those passes. Ohio State's been very crisp with their passes so far in the first quarter as that pass is turned over there. That was Marla Call in the midfield. That's Sasha DeCola again on the far sideline on the Ohio State bench, excuse me. The whistle will blow, and it appears Ohio will have a free hit as Bodie Littlefield will get things re-going for the Bobcats.
Well, it's like you said, Ohio State seems to be the more conditioned team, and when it comes to the game of field hockey, the more conditioned team is usually the team who comes out with the win. So if they could just play to the same level that Ohio State is, then maybe they could start, putting some points on the board and competing in this game.
There was a nuke plane looking for Wesley Littlefield, and the ball will go out of play, and it looks like Wesley Littlefield will get things going for Ohio. As a nuke plane making another clever play there through the midfield, finding Wesley Littlefield, trying to get things going here for the Bobcats. Ball is poked away by Ohio State, and they will give up possession to the Bobcats as a nuke plane will restart things for the Bobcats. Back to Mila Kopp, who turns it over, and the Ohio State Buckeyes are on the run here. One-on-one, Graner comes out of that shot. What a save there by Graner, and the ball rolls wide.
That's a great save right there. Great save. Not only do you stop Ohio State from scoring, you keep yourself from going down 2-0 when you're having struggles on offense. Great save there by Graner.
That was Hallie Brost with the one-on-one opportunity for Ohio State. Graner says no and keeps this 1-0 game for the Buckeyes. Ohio State looking to get into the attack circle is stopped there by Bodie Littlefield. And the ball will roll out of play as it's turned over by Ohio State. And the Bobcats can shed a sigh of relief here as Graner comes in with another huge stop to keep this game 1-0. As Kopp will defer over to Littlefield in the back end here through the midfield with Dame Ray. As that pass was tipped by some Buckeyes, and down goes a Bobcat. That was Marla Call losing her footing there. A whistle will blow, and Ohio State will keep things going. Ohio State now with the ball on the near sideline. That's Caitlin Whittle who will tip it. That will be a illegal hit, though. And Ohio State will keep things going as Whittle and Dakota were looking to head the other way in some transition as Ohio State flips the ball into Ohio territory. It's played down there by Ohio State. And across the field into the attack circle go the Buckeyes as Leanne Bow looks for an opportunity here. The Bobcats doing a great job through the attack circle as a whistle will blow. Illegal hit, and the Buckeyes will have a penalty corner. One penalty corner for the Buckeyes in the first quarter. Of course, they cashed in on a goal by Sarah Charlie, and we'll see if the Bobcats can force a different result here as the first penalty corner of the second quarter comes at 11:41 remaining here in the second.
This is huge right here. They've got to stop this penalty corner to stop themselves from going down 2. If you go down 2 with how their offense has been playing, I don't know if we can confidently say that they come back from this, but still early in the game, so we'll see what happens.
As the OHIOs ring out here at Pruitt Field, Ohio State will begin their penalty corner. Ball is played into the attack circle. Charlie shoots, and she scores. That ball is deflected in front, and it popped up over Graner. It's 2-0 Buckeyes.
Really unfortunate there. I know they definitely did not want to go down 2-0, but now they've got to be mentally tough and try to come back in this game. Being down 2-0 early in the game, offensive struggles, it's going to be rough, but if they could really just dig down deep, they could give themselves a chance to come back in this game.
That was Sarah Charlie on the penalty corner. The ball was deflected in front. I didn't see who it deflected off of, but it popped up and over Neelay Graner to give the Buckeyes a 2-0 lead here in the second quarter as we approach 11 minutes left to play. Whistle will blow. Ohio State will keep possession. Flipped across the midfield line and into Ohio territory is knocked down there by Sarah Charlie, and Claudia Thomas here on the near side will work her way into the attack circle. It's poked away by Wesley Littlefield and out of play. And Ohio State will control. It'll be Katie Fitchner, as Sarah Charlie does get credit for that goal. Is it deflected off of a Bobcat stick and over Neelay Graner. Ball rolls out of play, and Ohio will have possession. And Mila Kopp over to Bodie Littlefield, who gets it to Neelay Graner. Bobcats looking to get things going here. Very tough defense through the midfield by Ohio State. Unable to get anything going really transitionally is Ohio. And they turn it over once again. And a pass there on the far sideline, Ohio State with momentum. coming into the middle of the field. The ball's blocked down there by Ohio and knocked out of play. Or excuse me, not knocked out of play, kept alive by the Bobcats, and they look to run here as this is Caitlin Whittle through the midfield. Looking to get something going. And across the midfield line they go. First time in the second quarter we've really seen the Bobcats run. This is touched there by Noah Desmarais, and into the attack circle goes Ohio. And they score. Ball bounced around there in the attack circle for a brief period. Unable to find it was Ohio State. And the Bobcats are able to pick up the loose change and put it in the back of the net to cut Ohio State's lead in half.
It's exactly what they needed right there. They needed some type of offense, so it's good that they went out there and got it so they can keep fighting in this game.
Unable to see who actually did put it in the back of the net. But nonetheless, Ohio is on the board here in the second quarter at 9:45 remaining in the first half. It's the Buckeyes 2, Ohio 1. And Ohio State gets things restarted as we get to see the official score of who put that in the back of the net. Definitely a big momentum builder for Ohio as they try to battle off some stiff Buckeye offense. Back through the midfield, into the back of Ohio State's end. Definitely a big confidence builder early in the first half. You would like to have that goal come a little bit earlier, maybe in the first quarter, but nonetheless, the Bobcats are on the board. It'll be Maddie Kumbi who gets the credit for the goal for the Bobcats. Excuse me. She was there to pick up the loose change on that play there. It was Marla Call who was really pressing through the midfield. Ended up in the attacking circle. Ball was touched by Noah Desmarais. Very clever play by her. And it was Maddie Kumbi who was there. Right place at the right time. Johnny on the spot to pick up the loose change and put it in the back of the net for the Buckeye goal. Or excuse me, for the Bobcat goal. And the whistle will blow, and we have a stoppage in play. Ohio State will get things going as this is Leanne Bow who will play it across to the far sideline. Ohio State really looking for those stretch passes across the field. They definitely seem to be getting a lot more stick on the ball, crisper passing from the Buckeyes as that one goes out of play, and Ohio will take over. And Ohio State keeping possession here. In the attacking circle they go. Good defense there from the Bobcats. The whistle will blow, and they will have possession. As we see time and time again, Ohio State working really well through the midfield and being able to get into the attacking circle, but unable to cash in as the Bobcats provide some stout defense in front of Grainer. Ohio will turn it over there, and Ohio State is on the run into Ohio territory. It will go, whistle will blow, and it is a turnover by Ohio State. On the run there was Lauren Jordan. And the ball is flipped up in the air and into Ohio State territory. Bounces off the stick of a Buckeye across the midfield line. And Ohio State has it once again. As this is Lauren Jordan into the attacking circle they go. Shot by Ohio State. Tipped there in front by Jordan. Kicked away by Neela Grainer. And Ohio has the ball in their own attacking circle, looking to get things going here. And that's Bodie Littlefield who will throw it out of play, looking for Sasha Dakova, but unable to handle it.
Ohio State needs to cash in on all these opportunities. They get into the attacking circle so much, but then often comes up with no dice. And the reason this is so bad for them is Ohio has now showed you that they can score. So if you continue to miss out on opportunities, that's only going to get the momentum going for the Bobcats. And when that happens, that's how you lose games.
This is Leanne Bow on the near side. Another save there by Grainer. Definitely picking up the confidence here is the Ohio goaltender. The one will roll out of play as we approach 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to play here in the first half. Ohio definitely showing more confidence, more calmness here in the second quarter than they did in the first. They've definitely settled into their game here, and they have got themselves on the board. As the ball will roll out of play, Ohio will keep possession as Nuke Plain will get things re-going here. Or excuse me, Emily Risser will get things re-going here for Ohio. This is flipped across the midfield line and onto the stick of a waiting Ohio State player. Grace Kim intercepted that pass from Risser and plays it across to the far sideline. It's picked off there by the Bobcats, Sasha DeCola and Lucy Davis to the midfield with Whittle on the near side. Looking to get in the attack circle is Lucy Davis. Whistle will blow. Ohio will keep possession. And that's Wesley Littlefield there on the far. Excuse me, that's Maggie Lawrence getting her first action here today, the junior from Pennsylvania. And that pass is bounced off of a Buckeye. That was Noah DeMarais. And Ohio will have possession as they definitely look to push the pace here. This is Mila Kopp who shoots it into the attack circle. Didn't get all on that one as it's kicked away there by Ohio State's goaltender. That shot came from Emily Risser as the ball ricocheted off a few Buckeyes in front of the net and cleared out of play for Ohio State as Maggie Lawrence is unable to find anyone in the attacking circle. So she will play it back out here at Bodie Littlefield. Ohio definitely putting on more pressure as Whittle has that pass picked off, but she gets it right back. This is Sasha DeCola in the middle of the field, and Ohio State will take things over. That is the first shot on goal here, or excuse me, the second shot on goal here for Ohio, as Abby Danson able to keep that one out of the net.
That is amazing defense by the Buckeyes. If they allow the Bobcats to score, the momentum absolutely flips in this game. So as long as they can keep them from tying up this game, Ohio State has a chance to win this game.
Claudia Thomas takes that ball off the stick of Caitlin Whittle, and Ohio State retakes possession as Ohio definitely putting up more stiff resistance to the midfield and definitely being able to control the ball better in the second quarter than they were in the first, as Maggie Lawrence will head off. And Ohio will keep possession. The ball will be restarted here. And it will be, I think that's Wesley Littlefield on the far side. Excuse me, Ned, that's Bodie Littlefield, the younger sister, as the ball goes into the attacking circle. Lucy Davis just out of her reach. Ohio State retakes things. And trying to play a little keep away is Ohio State, but the Bobcats are not having it, as that one's poked out of play. Marla Call there trying to get the ball from Claudia Thomas. Claudia Thomas restarts things for Ohio State. And through the midfield, Lucy Davis trying to pick off that pass, unable to do it. And there's Sarah Charlie, the goal scorer for Ohio State. That goal came in the 4th minute of the first quarter, definitely early. Not what the Bobcats wanted, but they are on the board as well, as your scores. Ohio State 2, OU 1, with 3:05 here remaining in the second quarter. Claudia Thomas now with the ball. And she's definitely been a very key piece here for this Ohio State team as it's slapped off the stick. That was number 13 for Ohio State, Sarah Richards. And ball roll out of play. Richards getting her first action of the game here today as she heads off. And Mila Kopp here with the ball, watched there closely by Sarah Charlie, who's almost able to pick that one off, but Noah DeMarais is there for Ohio. And that one is lofted into the midfield there where it's played down. Noah DeMarais will get things going off of a dead ball. Excuse me, Bodie Littlefield now back in Ohio's territory. And she is forced on the sideline, and that pass is intercepted by a Buckeye. Sarah Charlie on the run into the attacking circle, looking across the field there. Still with it is Ohio State. The ball is whacked wide there. That was Emma Golding, who was unable to put that one home for Ohio State. Golden opportunity. They had numbers. That's not the first time that's happened so far in this game. Ohio definitely clearly giving up some odd man chances here as Ohio State picks off that pass by Mila Kopp. This is Claudia Thomas now into the attacking circle. That pass is poked out of play there. That was Emily Risser with a good defensive effort for Ohio. And it looks like we are going to have another Ohio State penalty corner, as Ohio State, of course, cashed in on their first penalty corner and their second penalty corner, flipping two balls over the head of Neela Grainer to take a 2-1 lead as we count it down here in the first half. And once again, the OHIOs ring out here at Pruitt Field. 1:37 remaining here in the first half. Ohio State 2, Bobcats 1.
The Buckeyes could steal a lot of momentum here if they go and score. They take a huge chunk of the momentum of this game.
This is Hallie Brose who's going to get things going here for Ohio State. As the Bobcats talk things over in their own net. And Brost will send it into the attack circle here. The Bobcats come out of their goal. And that's Leanne Bow, shoots and scores. Leanne Bow goes 5-hole on Grainer, and the Bobcats lead is back to 2.
That's huge for Ohio State. Absolutely huge. They once again take the momentum of this game. The Bobcats were looking to fight back, and they simply just snatched the momentum back to their side. So we'll see the mental toughness of the Bobcats, see if they can try and get back in this.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head there. Definitely taking the momentum back from the Bobcats. Ohio had some sustained possession there. They were able to get some things going, had some shots on goal, but unable to capitalize. As that was Abby Danson's been having a great game so far. The Bobcats only tallying 2 shots on goal here so far, which is just not going to get the job done against a very talented Ohio State team. And that one is flipped into the midfield as we go underneath 1 minute to play here. That was a new Polino who gets it back to Mila Kopp. And looking to get across the midfield line, the Buckeyes will intercept that pass. Tight roping the sideline is Ohio State. The ball bounces up into the shin guards of, that was number 28, that's McKenna Webster, and out of play. As we get underneath 30 seconds to play here in the first half, Mila Kopp will turn that pass over, and the whistle will sound, and Ohio State will keep possession, as Michael Littenberg was looking to poke that one away, unable to do so. Ohio State will keep possession. Zella Bailey now looking looking into the attack circle for McKenna Webster, unable to find her. Ohio will have possessions as we count it down here in the first half. 3, 2, and 1. The horn will sound. And that does it for the first half. Ohio State retakes their 2-goal lead. As your score here from Pruitt Field is Ohio State 3, Ohio Bobcats 1. You are watching Ohio Bobcat Field Hockey on Ohio Bobcat TV. 2 quarters down. We have 2 more to go here at Pruitt Field at the campus of Ohio University. Your score through the first half was Ohio State 3, Ohio 1. Ohio starting to build some momentum and get some offensive control of the ball through that second quarter as this flipped into Ohio territory and out of play. Closest to it was Sarah Charlie.
Once again, we find ourselves with Ohio State on the Bobcat side of the field looking to score.
Definitely controlling possession as that ball is tipped to the near sideline and down closer to the Bobcats attacking circle, but out of play. Unable to control it there was Zella Bailey. And Mila Kopp will get things restarted for Bobcats. Definitely seeing a trend here for Ohio. Stiff defense, the closer they get to Grander, especially in the attacking circle. But the Buckeyes seem to be getting whatever they want through the midfield. That ball is touched illegally by Ohio State. And it would be played, by Bodie Littlefield as she gets back to Mila Kopp. Kopp definitely looking for those home run passes as she often does, as there's one right there. Caitlin Whittle able to control it. The ball rolls off of her stick. And Ohio will end up keeping possession. And Bodie Littlefield will get things going for Ohio.
The key for the Bobcats here, they need to score and not allow Ohio State to score. They're down 2, meaning they would need 3 goals to win this game. So letting Ohio State score any more would definitely make the job a lot harder and make the mountain a lot steeper.
Some clever stick handling by Risser on the far sideline. Ball will roll out of play nonetheless, and Ohio State will keep possession as Sasha Dakotla definitely applying some pressure here. And she gets a turnover, but the whistle will blow. Ohio State will get the ball back, as that was Ella Bailey who was keeping it away from Dakotla. And Ohio State will control it. As it seems things are piping up here in the press box. This is Delaney Lawler. And Dakotla will get a turnover for Ohio, but it appears that she played the ball too quickly. And Bodie Littlefield will get things going for the Bobcats. Dakotla trying to pull a fast one a little bit and jump all over the Ohio State defense as into the attacking circle go. The Bobcats, ball's tipped around in front. Dakotla was looking for it. It's played down there by Littlefield, but the whistle will blow, and Ohio State will get possession. Good opportunity there early in the third quarter for Ohio, as they were looking. Marla Call, that was in the attacking circle, was looking for Sasha Dakotla in front of the net, unable to connect, and Ohio State will have the ball.
This half for Ohio State is going to be all about keeping the lead, making sure the lead stays and making sure the momentum stays on their side. The second that they allow the Bobcats to really work their way back into this game and give them hope could really be the demise of this game for the Buckeyes.
That pass intended for Brose rolls out of play, and on the far side, that will be Emily Risser that gets things going again for the Bobcats as she floats it up, looking for Wesley Littlefield, unable to find her, but Caitlin Weddle comes down with the loose ball as it just rolls out of play. She will pass it back to Wesley Littlefield, who will get things going for Ohio. Definitely able to force a lot more turnovers here early in the third quarter. Is Ohio, that pass looking for Whittle was broken up by a Buckeye right on top of the attacking circle, but Ohio will keep possession nonetheless.
You can kind of just tell the chip that the Bobcats are playing with on their shoulder in this half. I mean, absolutely dominating on the offensive side to where, in the first half, the Buckeyes would easily stop any type of
opportunity. Opportunity. There you go.
For the Bobcats to try to get to midfield and then get to their attacking circle, but here they've just been absolutely it's been all Bobcats really.
And through the midfield comes Ohio State. That was number 22, Megan McKenna, who was in all alone for Ohio State. Unable to control that pass, will roll out of play, and Bobcats will have possession. Definitely providing some more stiff resistance to the midfield is Ohio, not allowing Ohio State to get what they want. offensively. That ball is lifted by Milikop up into, across midfield, looking for Lichtenberg. Unable to find her as Noah Desmarais plays some solid defense there in the midfield. And on the far sideline is Ohio State. That's Wesley Littlefield is into the attacking circle. Goes Ohio State. Ball is kicked out there by Grainer. Ohio will retake possession as they look to run here. This is a new Pleen here on the near sideline.
Camera farther down.
And Anouk Pleen keeps the ball on her stick. She has Lichtenberg across the field looking to find her as it's tipped in front of the goal by Ohio State. Almost an own goal there from Ohio State. This ball was tipped up, and Abby Danson was able to fend it off as Lichtenberg was right there on the doorstep from that pass from Anouk Pleen.
Yeah, she almost scored. The only problem with that is the Bobcats didn't have the numbers. So Ohio State had around 4 to 5 defenders waiting as she was running down the field, and it was just her and somebody all the way on the other side of the field. So Bobcats definitely need numbers in order to go down and try to score.
Getting things re-going here is Ohio. This is Maggie Lawrence here on the near side. As you can see, the water spitting up from the field. Freshly watered turf here at Pruitt Field. As the ball skips a little bit better. It's almost like a Zamboni in ice hockey, but definitely get some more velocity on some passes, which we did see in the first half. A lot of not missed passes, but weak passes from Ohio. We'll see if they can fix that here in the second half as we approach 8 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. And that's Wesley Littlefield on the far side. The whistle will blow, and Ohio State will keep possession. As in for the game, for the first time here in the second half, is Lucy Davis, number 2 for Ohio. And Ohio State now with the ball. This is Delaney Waller here on the near sideline. As bumped off the ball there was Bodie Littlefield, providing some good defense there around the attacking circle and into Ohio territory. As Ohio State looking to get their first sustained possession of this second half. That ball's picked off there by Ohio. Whistle will blow, and they will have possession. And this is Bodie Littlefield here on the near side. Littlefield seemed a little bit upset there at that call just now deep in Ohio territory. But nonetheless, they have the ball now as it's poked out of play by Ohio State. Bodie Littlefield was working there, with Maggie Lawrence on the near sideline, as she does seem a little bit disgruntled with the referees here early in the third quarter.
Yeah, I can't blame her. I mean, those two were absolutely battling, and then she gets the foul call on her, which is unfortunate for her, but those two were just having a battle right there.
Ohio State around the midfield line looking to get something going. And into the attack circle goes Ohio State. The ball's tipped up and out of play. That was Hannah Killen in the attack circle for Ohio State. But then nothing doing there for the Buckeyes. Ohio will retake possession. Mila Kopp will float it up and try to get over the midfield line. Will not have enough on it. Caitlin Whittle will play it down on her stick. Whittle looking to get things going. Gets it poked away. The whistle will blow. It was Emma Golding who poked it away from Whittle. Whistle will blow. Ohio will end up keeping possession as Maggie Lawrence plays it off the foot of a Buckeye defender. It bounces right back to her. Lawrence was looking for Whittle there on top of the attack circle, but unable to find her. The ball rolls out of play, and Ohio State will get things going again. Is on the near sideline here with the ball. This is Megan McKenna. She's unable to handle it. Hands it off to Erin Little here. Trying to get into the attack circle is Ohio State, but unable to at this moment as they play it back here towards the midfield line.
It's good. It's good. There is like
across the field there as the whistle will blow. Excuse me, no, it didn't blow. I thought I heard it. And on the far sideline, Maggie Lawrence now trying to keep the ball in play. And some physical contact here on Leanne Bow. Some solid Ohio defense as she works her way into the attacking circle, trying to find someone in front. Good defense there from Ohio, and they score.
That's a momentum killer right there for the Bobcats. Huge score for Ohio State. Now taking a 3-goal lead with just 5 minutes and 33 seconds left here in the third quarter.
That was Leanne Bow who worked her way into the attacking circle. A couple of Bobcats went down with their sticks to try to block a passing lane But the ball trickled through and into the back of the net as Grainer gives up her third goal of the game. Or excuse me, fourth goal of the game. And like you said, definitely a momentum killer for Ohio as they were trying, or they started to get some little mojo going there in their attacking circle. But just like that, Ohio State ups their lead to 3. As through the midfield, Ohio goes. This is Sasha Dakota now on the near sideline. And that pass a little bit too far for Marla Call. This is turned over here, and Ohio State looks to run, and unable to get to it Tess Maloney. Bodie Littlefield will have the ball on the near sideline. She plays it back to Kopp, and Sarah Charlie will step up on her. Bodie Littlefield tries to play it back across the midfield line, but deflected out of play, and will do it over again.
It's good defense right there. Not letting her move the ball down the field, and Ohio State now has the ball again. They're just playing really good defense and not letting the Bobcats, as of late, get into their attack circle.
That pass there was picked off by Malin Iglesias, and into the attack circle goes Ohio State, where they will draw their third penalty corner of this game. Ohio State cashing in on both of their penalty corners earlier in this game, taking a quick 2-0 lead in the first half over the Bobcats. Bobcats need to be able to defend this one, as definitely trying to build some momentum, but unable to get the job done is Ohio. We'll see what they can do here in this penalty corner.
If the Buckeyes score this, I think the mountain might be too steep for the Bobcats to come back from.
I believe this is McKenna Webster that will shoot it in for Ohio State. And she will send it into the attack circle. Out come the Bobcats. And that shot by Bow, she leaves it for Charlie, back to Bow. In the attack circle still, a shot blocked. Charlie, it comes up with a loose ball. It's touched. And we will have another penalty corner. Charlie and Bow are playing a little pitch and catch there for the Buckeyes. But nothing doing, as some good defense there from Weddle and Littlefield at the top of the attacking circle. And Ohio State will draw a second consecutive penalty corner.
The Bobcats really need to stop this. Good job stopping the first one, but when you get one back-to-back, you got to make sure you stop it. Going down 4 goals is
into the attack. There's Charlie. She shoots. It's blocked. Tipped around in front. Grainer goes down, and it'll go out of play. And the whistle will blow. We have a stoppage of play here. The refs are going to talk it over here, try to decide what the official ruling will be. That shot there came from Charlie. It tipped around in front. Grainer was diving for it, trying to protect the far post. And it just trickled wide. And it appears we will have a third consecutive penalty corner for the Buckeyes. So, Ohio getting fairly sloppy in their own attacking circle, as Ohio has been gifted 3 consecutive penalty corners. They're 0 for 2 so far, as Grainer, with the help of her defensemen, have been able to fend off the first 2 penalty corners, but a third one coming now for Ohio State. In the attacking circle goes Ohio State. Charlie will shoot, and that shot is blocked down in front of Grainer, never got to her. As this is Leanne Bow there on the far side. Good defense by the Bobcats, and it's tipped wide. That was Mila Kopp who deflected it. Grainer stacked the pads together and tipped it out of play.
That's huge for the Bobcats. To start this game, Ohio State was 100% on their 2 penalty corners, but now 3 consecutive, and the Bobcats stopped all of them. Has to be a huge confidence booster for them.
That pass is picked off. This is Lichtenberg across the midfield line. She turns it over back to Ohio State. And the Buckeyes are out and running as Leanne Bowell gives it over to the far sideline in front of the Ohio bench. And Ohio State is able to get the ball away from Dakota and away from Lichtenberg to kind of settle everything down here, as that pass is tipped wide on the near sideline here. Aaron Little with some clever stick handling to keep it away from Dakota. As to the midfield goes Ohio State. And that pass is picked off there by Lichtenberg. And on the run is Ohio. Lichtenberg up ahead, trying to get in here in the attacking circle, but unable to, is Ohio. That was a nuke plane. It was trying to get things re-going here for Ohio State, for Ohio, trying to provide a little bit of momentum here after it's been all Buckeyes here so far in the third quarter. As into the attacking circle, down goes Grainer. And Grainer is run over there by Sarah Charlie. And she appears to be a little shaken up, and slow to get up is the Bobcat goaltender. As Ohio State came with numbers. And the ball will roll into the back of the net, and it appears that has been ruled a goal despite Charlie and her collision with Grainer.
That's an absolute backbreaker right there for the Bobcats. Now down 4 goals with only 2 minutes left in the third quarter. It's very unfortunate.
As Weddle gets things going for Ohio, and Grainer appears to be all right after that massive collision there with Sarah Charlie. The ball happened to just trickle into the back of the net, and it's 5-1 Buckeyes. And Ohio, again, getting the benefit of the doubt on some whistles there. And it appears that Grainer is not as okay as it appears to be, as we have a goalie change coming for Ohio. And we'll see when they can actually get that done, as the ball will be restarted by Ohio State, and through the midfield they go, tipped wide there by Risser. And Ohio State will keep possession, as we'll see when Ohio will be able to get that goalie change that they're looking for right now. Pass is picked off there by Weddle, but touched illegally, and Ohio State will regain possession here. It's flipped up and batted down there by Weddle. And Ohio State will play it back across the midfield line into their territory, and it was tipped around, deflected a little bit, settled down by Ohio, and played out of play. As Grainer's still looking to get out of this game, as obviously she's a little shaken up after that collision with Charlie that resulted in the Buckeyes' 5th goal of the day. And that ball will roll out of play on the far sideline there. And it will be Mila Kopp that will restart things for Ohio. She's definitely been the one that Ohio will turn to. And she gets it to Noah Desmarais. And up the far sideline and played across the midfield line. This is Lichtenberg with the ball now, running with Dakota and Weddle, as this has been the top trio for Ohio so far this season. In the attack circle they go, and the whistle will blow. Unable to get anything done there is Ohio, as Lichtenberg has the ball back now, but turned over to Ohio State. As we count it down here in the third quarter, 3-2-1, the horn sounds. Definitely a disappointing quarter here for Ohio, as Ohio State jumps all over them. Neely Grainer could see the end of her day here. As we head to the fourth quarter, your score, Ohio State 5, Bobcats 1. Welcome back to Pruitt Field here at the campus of Ohio University as the Bobcats find themselves in a 4-goal hole here as Ohio State was able to put up 3 quick goals there in the third quarter. And Ohio definitely finding themselves in a hole here as Ohio State will have possession to start this fourth quarter.
You see, the problem with the Bobcats is they really controlled the ball and possession in the third quarter. It's just every time they got down to their attacking circle, they didn't cash in on any opportunities. And then Ohio State, knowing that, seeing that, they then went and cashed in and scored. So when you have all these opportunities to score and you don't score like you're supposed to, and you don't score and keep yourself in the game, that's what has them in this 4-goal hole.
Picked off there and through the midfield goes Ohio as this is Noah DeMarais here who will play it across the field. And that is Wesley Littlefield. Ohio getting something going here as this is Caitlin Whittle into the attacking circle with Sasha Dakotla. Trying to find Dakotla as Whittle, and that ball is played away there by Abby Danson. Good play by her, and it will force an Ohio penalty corner. It was a great play there by Whittle, looking across the field and found Sasha Dakotla, but unable to put it in. Is Ohio, like you mentioned, another great opportunity, just unable to execute. But it results in an Ohio penalty corner.
For the Bobcats, just for pride purposes, you really need to capitalize on this opportunity right here. Not even about, obviously they need to work themselves back into this game, but just for pride purposes, rough last 4 games before this, a rough game now, so they really need to capitalize on this penalty corner.
This will be Noah DeMarais who will send it into the attacking circle for Ohio. And she does so. Ball is played there by Lichtenberg, and it is blocked away by Charlie. Rebound, shot, good save there by Danson. Ball is kept into the attacking circle, and a penalty corner will be called again. So 2 consecutive penalty corners here for Ohio. Kind of harping back to Ohio State in the last quarter, late in the third, had 3 consecutive penalty corners. Ohio now getting some opportunities of their own, but it might just be too little too late.
Yeah, most definitely. 13 minutes and 21 seconds left in the fourth. You're down 4 goals. Like I said before, this is just for pride purposes.
Still only 3 shots on goal now tallied for Ohio as that ball is sent in, but not be able to kept into the attacking circle as this is Lichtenberg down on the near post looking for looking for Whittle in front. Unable to find her. And Lucy Davis was sitting there waiting for the loose change, unable to pick it up. And Ohio State is on the run with numbers into the attacking circle. Grainer comes out and makes a big stop.
Ready, 2, take 2.
Like you said, pride purposes, and Grainer is definitely playing with some pride there as she was not taken out, she was not taken out. Oh, excuse me, I'm wrong. Grainer was taken out at the end of the third quarter, and Kelly Davis is in now, the freshman goalkeeper from Del Mar High School, as Ohio State puts in their 6th goal of the game here. Kelly Davis unable to stop that high-quality Ohio State pressure as they just have not lifted their foot off of the gas pedal here, have the Buckeyes. And it is 6-1 Ohio State.
This has just been a game of missed opportunities for the Bobcats, and Ohio State has definitely been taking advantage of that, and you can tell because they're up 5.
Weddle now will get things going for the Bobcats. She turns it over, and Ohio State, as we approach 12 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, takes a 5-goal lead, and they do not appear to be letting up anytime soon as that ball will go out of play. That was a Nuke Pleen over there on the far side. And it will be lofted back into Ohio State territory, but picked off there. And Ohio will end up having a free hit. That was Katie Fitchner who knocked it out of the air for Ohio State. And the ball will roll out of play as Ohio looking to get back on the scoreboard here in the fourth quarter. And it will be Risser on the far sideline who will get things going as we see a helicopter come in here at Pruitt Field across the midfield line goes Ohio State. That's Damon Ray who picked that pass off for Ohio State. Working there with Anouk Pleen. Bounces off of her leg and back into Sarah Charlie's stick. As into the attacking circle goes Ohio State. So it's good stick handling there in front of the net. Blocks down. And good defense there from Bodie Littlefield as she denied Sarah Charlie right in front of the net, keeping Kelly Davis's net clean. Kelly Davis, this is her first appearance this season. And she comes in to relieve Neela Grainer, who had a nasty collision at the end of the third quarter with Sarah Charlie. That resulted in Ohio State's 5th goal of this game. As through the midfield goes Ohio State. This is Zella Bailey who passes it, looking for Hallie Brost. Unable to find her. Ball will roll out of play, and Ohio will keep possession.
I mean, if you're Ohio, you're just looking to score. You just need to score. It's just something that has to happen because you don't want to, come off a 4-game skid and then lose 6-1. So, goals are definitely what are in the plan for the Bobcats.
Weddle now down the near sideline. And she is into the attacking circle. The ball will roll wide. And Ohio will keep possession. As Whittle there looking to run. Was tight in that end line down there. And will roll out of play. As Dan Murray will get things going here. Gets it to Kopp. Kopp looking into the attack circle. Trying to find Weddle, but unable to. And Sarah Charlie will get things back across the midfield line as we got a 2-on-0 situation here for Ohio State. Into the attack circle. Looking across the field. And Kelly Davis comes out and makes a huge stop there for Ohio to keep it a 6-1 game. Definitely playing well in her first appearance this year is the freshman, Kelly Davis. Ohio State keeping possession now. And looking to get into the attacking circle, but unable to find anyone is Ohio State. Ball will roll out of play, but they will keep possession. And back into the attacking circle, looking for a pass there. But that pass is cut off there. That was Whittle. Into the attacking circle, and Lutz will kick that one out. Another big save there from her. The ball is tipped up, and it didn't go. So some good defense there from Ohio as they keep the net clean with numbers against them. Many Ohio State attackers were in the attacking circle with an empty net, basically, as Macy Lutz was down. In the attack circle now is Ohio. That pass is picked off. As that was Maddie Coombe who was looking to get in the attack circle. This is Maggie Lawrence with some clever stick handling. And the ball will be picked off for Ohio State. Dame Ray has the ball played through her legs. And back across the midfield line is Ohio State. Ohio definitely seems to be getting some opportunities here, but unable to capitalize or really get anything going here as they still only have 3 shots on goal so far. Ohio State picks that pass off, looking back into the attack circle. It was Hannah Killen who was wide open in the middle, but unable to find her, and the ball will roll out of play for Ohio State.
Well, you have to commend Macy Lotze for this effort that she's putting out. Down 5 game, feels like it's over, but she's playing her heart out as if the game is tied.
That shot there over the net from Riley Hudson. From a very good angle. She got a lot of elevation on that one, but shot it over the net. And there she is again, picking off that pass. This is Hudson now. Whistle will blow. Ohio State will end up keeping possession. And they are on the run now. Into the attack circle they go. In front of the net. That pass is picked off by Bodie Littlefield. The shot, good save there from Lutz. And that shot again is shot up and out of play over the net. And Ohio will have control.
Just a great goalkeeping job from Macy Lotze. Just absolutely blocking everything, not letting Ohio State score any more than what they already have.
Maggie Lawrence will get things going for for Ohio. Man, I've said that word a lot today. Ohio. As we approach 6 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter, Ohio State has a commanding 5-goal lead over the Bobcats of Ohio University. Ball will roll out of play. Ohio is going to keep possession, and Bodie Littlefield here on the near sideline will get things going again. And she plays it off to Lichtenberg, who gets it back to Kopp. Kopp looking into the attack circle. Will defer back to Lichtenberg here on the near sideline. As Lichtenberg's been having a stellar season so far as she tried a little spin around and move there. Unable to find anybody, the ball will roll out of play. Lichtenberg, like I said, having an insane beginning to this year. Leading goal scorer for Ohio, who tallied 2 goals there in that Kent State game last weekend. Ohio State's back on the run here, and that ball will just roll out of the reach of Olivia Wallace. And Mila Kopp is going to get things going again for Ohio, as Ohio State has not let up despite being up 5 goals, still keeping the pressure on Ohio.
Yeah, just no remorse from Ohio State. You know, when teams get in this position, sometimes they try to play conservatively and just run the timeout. But Ohio State's still looking to go and score and, you know, just really put the hammer down on the Bobcats.
This is Morgan McKenna here on the far sideline. The pass is picked off and ends up in the possession of Lichtenberg, but the whistle will blow. And McKenna will have the ball once again. Yeah, Ohio State. We talked about it in the open, definitely challenging themselves with their schedule. Six ranked teams, 3 of which in the top 10 so far this year. They find themselves on the less prepared side of things in the Big Ten with a 1-3 record, only in front of Michigan State, who they beat 2-1 in overtime. It ended up beating Ohio 2-1 in overtime on Friday. But other than that, 3 straight losses to 5-0 Maryland, 4-1 Penn State, and 2-3 Rutgers, as Ohio State will have another penalty corner here. This is the first penalty corner that Lutz is going to face here. As the clock keeps on ticking, we are down under 5 minutes to go in this game. And Leanne Bow will send it into the attack circle. Out come the Bobcats. Shot there, and a goal. That was Lauren Jordan from the top of the attack circle off the penalty corner. And Ohio State has put up 7 goals for the second consecutive game here. And Ohio looks very discombobulated out there. And it seems to be that we just want to get this one over with.
That's just absolutely deflating for the Bobcats. I mean, it's looking like now it's going to be a 5-game skid that they're going to have to try and come back from. And, man, this game has just been ugly when it comes to the Bobcats.
This is Bow through the midfield. And Weddle will keep her from crossing midfield, as the Bobcats still applying some solid pressure through the midfield, not letting Ohio State get what they want, despite being down 6 goals. It seems to be just the little things that Ohio is doing wrong that allows Ohio State to have these opportunities. That ball there is turned over off the stick of Bow, and that's number 10, Mallory Lindsay from Granville, Ohio, the freshman, making her first appearance of the game.
Ohio State goal scored by number 7, Lauren Jordan.
Lauren Jordan getting credit for that goal. And Ohio State commanding 6-goal lead with 3:16 remaining in the third quarter. As through the midfield goes Ohio State. That pass is picked off there by Caitlin Whittle. Caitlin Whittle along with Maggie Lawrence trying to get into the attacking circle. As this is Lichtenberg with the ball now. In tight on Abby Dunson. And that ball is just flicked wide.
Well, I can't stress it enough. You know, when you get this many opportunities to score and you don't convert on any of them, you can't expect to win a game. And you know that's why this game is so lopsided between the Buckeyes and the Bobcats.
Ohio State will control possession here as Lichtenberg was unable to cash in on that opportunity, which was perhaps the best of the game there for Ohio. But it happened to come when they're down 6 goals in the fourth quarter as Ohio State unable to handle that pass. That was Zella Bailey here on the near sideline. It was unable to control. The ball will trickle out of play, and Bodie Littlefield will get things going for Ohio as Maggie Lawrence plays it off to Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg watched there by Bow through the midfield and into the attacking circle with Lichtenberg, who had that shot opportunity a little bit ago. Whistle will blow, and it appears that Ohio will have their first penalty corner of this fourth quarter.
Take two. Camera 3, if you can get the Ohio goal, or Ohio State goal, excuse me.
1:56 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Ohio State with a commanding 6-goal lead and outshooting the Bobcats 19-3.
Keep it steady. Great job.
Unable to really get anything going here is Ohio, but let's see if they can turn that around
Great job.
as they are presented with their first penalty corner of this game.
One, be ready.
And Ohio sending things back into the attacking corner is settled down there. And this is shot towards the Ohio State goal. It bounced around there. Whittle and that was a Nuke Plain. They were digging for a rebound there. Mila Cobb will play that one out of bounds.
That's really just been the story of this game. Just so many missed opportunities.
Ohio State comes up with the turnover, but it's played out of play. And that's Emily Risser, on the far side, playing it to Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg now with the ball. We'll get it across the field, looking for Bodie Littlefield, breaking towards the attack circle, but it's picked off by Ohio State, and they have numbers and running the other way. Zella Bailey now with the ball. Getting it over to another Ohio State player, and it bounces off of Bodie Littlefield and out of play. That was Michaela Carhaley, who was unable to settle that ball down. And Ohio State will keep their lead at 6, despite an odd man chance there for the Buckeyes. And into the attack circle, that shot is unable to be played down. This is Noah DeMarais who will get it to into the midfield here. And it will roll out of play. But Ohio will keep possession. On the far sideline as we count it down here. In the fourth quarter, Ohio will fall to the Buckeyes. Your final score here from Pruitt Field, Ohio 7. Ohio State 7, Ohio 1. Tough loss there for Ohio, coming in against what is a superior opponent in Ohio State. With a Big Ten schedule, definitely a lot of experience against some ranked teams. Ohio looking to get off of their 4-game skid, unable to do so. Unfortunate injury in the third quarter to Neeli Grainer, and they're unable to overcome the Buckeyes here at Pruitt Field.
Yeah, really unfortunate for the Bobcats. I mean, 5-game skid now is just it's not good. So, hopefully they can try and come out and try to win the next one. Congratulations to the Buckeyes. They played a great game, and they won by 6. So good for them, and can't wait to see how the season ends for both teams.
Looking forward here for the Bobcats. After this game against Ohio State, they will host CMU at home. That will be another MAC game, and then they will host St. Francis before they go on the road to play Bellarmine in their next MAC game. I want to give a big shout out to our fellow Bobcat TV people. We got Jordan Bose, Carl, and Scarlett up there working cameras, and Suleiman producing, technical directing, and working cameras. He's everywhere today. And, of course, color commentator Heron Warren. We did a great job today.
Yeah.
But in the end, the Bobcats will fall 7-1 here at Pruitt Field. Thank you for watching. This has been another production of Ohio Bobcat TV.